Tag TV and Tag Radio be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. We're speaking softly because right now the final four are finishing their presentations on stage at the IBM Hillside Auditorium. In fact, moments from now, the winner of the GRA Tag Business Launch Competition will be announced. Be awarded $50,000 in cash and somewhere in the neighborhood of $200,000 in a suite of services package. Be sure to check out all of Tag's social media locations for post and up-to-the-minute tweets as the live event continues to unfold and the winner is announced. Greetings, everyone. It's the big day, Tuesday, May 24th, 2011. It all began this morning at 7 a.m. A special GRA Tag Business Launch Edition continues as Tino speaks with each of the finalists just before today's live event. In fact, with rehearsals and event planning at the IBM Auditorium, keeping Tino and his team busy right up to the last minute, I'm your guest host, Frank Baia, with the conclusion of the Tech Talk 4-part GRA Tag Business Launch finalist interviews. In prior editions of this special Tech Talk series, Tino has introduced you to, up close and personal, GRA Tag Business Launch finalists Socket and VisitTech. On today's Tech Talk 2-parter, first, it's Pin Drop Security. And as we continue our finalist interviews of today, we meet the entrepreneur behind AuditMyBooks Analyzer. Steve, welcome to Tech Talk.
Thanks, Frank.
Well, obviously a well-known Southeast technology community leader for some time, an angel investor, past president of the Southeast Software Association. I could take up most of our interview with some of your accolades and background, but today it's all about Show Me the Money. It's the Georgia Research Alliance Technology Association of Georgia Business Launch Competition, and Steve is up at the podium. Pretty exciting. You've made the final four. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh well, shoot, we're almost to the finish line tomorrow morning, and we're real excited. GRA and Tag have just done an outstanding job in providing support for early stage companies, and it's nice to hear about all my history, but I think you, your listeners, and I know everybody I know wants to talk about the future, and we're just extremely excited about what we're doing at AuditMyBooks and about tomorrow's finals.
Well, and the reason I bring up the past only is to say that a startup challenge is a startup challenge, and whether you're coming fresh out of school and facing the first business opportunity that you've ever done, or you're, I hate the term, but I hear it used so often now, a serial entrepreneur. Kind of sounds like a serial killer or something. I'm not exactly sure I like the positive aspect of that, but even with that kind of situation, you still got to kind of start at the ground level and get your act together, get your presentation together, get your finances and projections, market conditions, and all those kind of things together. And I guess that's kind of what that GRA business launch does. It's almost like a boot camp. By the time you go through all of the hoops and get through all of the panels, by the time you're ready and you're in the final four, you're pretty ready for prime time.
We hope so, and we think so. And I think the only difference from your analogy is we start at zero every time. Every new startup, you got to get your first customer, you got to build your first product, you got to build your first team. So we're very excited, and we've been through a couple of rounds of presentations, and have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, because have had a great set of through each stage.
It's an inspiring story for entrepreneurs that are out there, though, because I think in the early stages when you're doing something for the first time, you think it's all about you and you're doing something wrong and it isn't working out and it should be easier. Everybody seems to make it and I'm not. And the reality of the situation is like what you said. It starts from zero almost every time, if not every time you come up with a new idea. Now let's talk about that new idea. AuditMyBooks. It's a SaaS software company that analyzes small business accounting systems for errors and fraud. Go into a little bit about what you guys are up to.
Oh, I'm real excited. And, real simply, we basically built a product that's antivirus for QuickBooks. What we have is we have an analytics or diagnostic tool that looks at the financial transactions in an accounting system and helps identify potential errors or possible fraud, just like an antivirus product scans a PC looking for malware, spyware, viruses, etc. And, we've really only been able to do it and bring it to market to small business, who's our initial target market, because of this confluence of SaaS, cloud computing, as well as some great work that our technical folks have done at putting together a product at the intersection of financial systems and information security.
So the model works to the point where it would be done through a SaaS and you'd be able to access it either on demand or continuously the same way you do a security software?
Absolutely. Our product runs in the cloud. There's no downloads neither. Any time we connect to the financial systems and we run our analysis. And from that perspective, once you're connected, you can view the results any place, any time, and anywhere. It's all what this internet-connected world is all about, and our customers and our prospects and everybody we've talked to is tremendously excited about that.
Well, tell us a little bit, if you feel comfortable doing, about the revenue model as it relates to distribution. Do you actually see it as some form of an access point where you go to and purchase the actual access of the software on a regular basis, or do you see it as an app or a kind of combination of both? And I guess, why wouldn't this work in my own personal finances if I've got my books online?
Well, let me take these one at a time. So first of all, we are basically a subscription service.
Okay.
We license our product on an annual basis, and we license it for each accounting system file, QuickBooks Online file that is analyzed. Our go-to-market strategy, because it's awfully hard to find, at least for us at the start, the 26 million small businesses that are using QuickBooks and QuickBooks Online, which are our first two products we support, is to use a partner or a channel model where we're going to work with the 50,000 certified pro advisors who are working with the small business owners, providing professional accounting, finance, and business support services. And what's exciting about our partnership with them is we provide great value in the product, but also for our partners, we provide a facility for them to grow their business practices by building a variety of services around our subscription service offering.
I would think there's another possibility would be a value-added upgrade for an existing service that isn't competitive but could be complemented by having this security bundled in with it?
Absolutely, and we're early on, but we're having some initial conversations with a number of people, and perhaps later this year or at next year's competition, while the next folks are going through, we can even talk to you about some of the things we're doing there. But you're exactly right, Frank.
Well, share with us a little bit about where you are with your business now.
Okay, we've made some great progress, and let me just say, I was talking to some folks this morning. And, less than a year ago, we were, worried about building a product. We were worried about, if we built it, would anybody come? And then we were also worried about, if they would come, would the channel be interested? And where we are today is we have a product called Analyzer. We got 3 versions of the product, a free checkup edition, which is like, AVG freemium version. We then have an accountant's edition and a business edition of our product, which are more fully enhanced, more sophisticated diagnostics products for both the small business owner and the accountant. We have paid customers. We have partners on board who are not only reselling our product, but more importantly, building out their practices by adding analyzer-based service offerings to the client base. And our product sits on the Intuit App Center today, and our product actually is run from the Intuit data centers, those same data centers that run QuickBooks Online and run TurboTax. So we have a secure, highly scalable platform that's a great place for us to start. but it's by no means the end of where we're going to go with Analyzer.
Well, and again, what you're talking about is the spectrum of a number of different verticals, applications of the capability. Each of one can mature independently as almost separate revenue centers, if not businesses, independent of each other. I can see professional services, I can see marketing, and as you were talking, I was thinking, what a bundled great package along with a professional services company that's offering their consulting, and yet on the other side, somebody like an Open or something like that from an American Express, or even, for that matter, a UPS could bundle that together with some of their core competencies that they're already looking to create some unique selling proposition for themselves. Pretty exciting stuff. I think I can tell by your voice how passionate you are, but also how excited you are, because it sounds to me, Steve, like you got another winner on your hands.
It ain't over till it's over, but we're very excited about what we're doing too. We're having no problems of getting up every morning, and three, and probably the most important, when we talk to customers, prospects, partners, everybody's excited about it. It's something that's been a problem in the marketplace. In fact, it's almost $1 trillion problem in business. And the challenge has been there has been no good way to serve the small business community, and we're just extremely excited about being able to be part of that solution.
Well, and the whole evolution of fintech and some of the things that are happening because of the cloud and the whole area of how electronic payments and electronic transactions are going to be occurred, I can see even repurposing some things as far as the future. Tell us a little bit about, obviously the reason is pretty clear, and I think you kind of cited it a few minutes ago, but the reason it hadn't been done before is simply because of digital distribution and the ability of cloud and capability of doing SaaS now in such an efficient way. Fundamentally, is that it, or is it a case where you've actually kind of stumbled on some proprietary technology that afforded it?
We haven't, unfortunately, we haven't stumbled on anything. I think it's the confluence of the things you talked about, but it's also the fact that we have a team that we put together that has a phenomenal combination of financial systems and technology experience and information security experience, bringing those together with a bunch of, let me call them wonks or data scientists who understand how to analyze data. And in fact, part of our success has been we've been able to reach out to folks like the National Science Foundation, and through some of their grant programs, we've actually been able to get them to help us with some of our primary research and our development efforts through some National Science Foundation funded grants, which is helped take us a long way.
Well, you realize 24 hours from now, somebody is going to be showing me the money. They're going to have that cash in their hands. They're going to have the suite of service packages that TAG puts together. It's an amazing grouping. I think the winner's getting something like $200,000, plus even some of the other finalists will be getting some of those suite of services. It's a win-win all the way across the board. But beyond tomorrow, what's next? What do you see for the company? Obviously, it is a disruption. If you were to win and have that impact happen, that's certainly going to put some wind under your sails. But talk a little bit about what makes your day. What are you looking for next?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. One is right now we're very closely tied to Intuit, and it's been a fabulous partnership. But the bottom line is the world and the small business world is more than just a Intuit, QuickBooks, and QuickBooks Online world. So what we're looking for is we're looking to see what other accounting systems and marketplaces we can bring our product to. We're also looking at some of the other SaaS platforms, whether it's Azure or Amazon, that might provide some opportunities for us. Because right now it doesn't look like there's going to be one winner. It looks like there's going to be many winners, and that probably means we're going to have to play in a bunch of those spaces. And then, probably most importantly for our customers and prospective customers and partners, we need to make sure that we build, raving fans out of them. They're all excited about what we're doing today, but they're all asking us, what are we going to do tomorrow and the day after? So we have a significant effort to enhance the product, to build on the product, and deliver more sophisticated and more comprehensive analytics that are easier to use, that are faster to use, that are more cost-effective, because we're just at the start of the journey. We're by no means at the end of the journey, and we think we got a great start, but in all honesty, now the real work comes, which is doing it every single day.
Well, in a word, exciting. once again, Steve, it sounds like you've put together the team and the players and the people. I used the word stumbled on, and I kind of want to pull back on that and apologize because there's very few things that people accidental excellence is usually because of a lot of investigation, research, knowledge, and education, and it sounds to me like you've kind of blended all of that together. Well, again, as I mentioned, by the time this time tomorrow, there will be some winners. I've interviewed a couple of them, and not the winners, but the finalists, and you have a tendency to want to say good luck, but, obviously, fate, God, whatever, it plays a role. There's no two ways about it. But the other side about it is it's got to do with you got to be in the ring to score a knockout. You guys have put together a heck of an idea. You went through the process, made the finals. Hats off. Best of luck to you. I guess you can't say any other thing but that. But the other side is it sounds to me like you got a winner on your hands, Steve, so we'll be watching.
Thank you very much. And notwithstanding what happens tomorrow, and we're very excited about tomorrow, it's for us, it's not about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to help. There's no doubt about it. But as I said, we're running a marathon, not a sprint. We're positioned there with all the things we're doing, and I don't want to discount tomorrow. It's not just another day. It's another very exciting day, but it's going to be one in many that's going to get us over the finish line. And I really, really appreciate the opportunity to chat with you.
AuditMyBooks, Steve. Best of luck again, and thank you for taking time to join us today on Tech Talk.
Thank you.